Hi, and welcome back to Backstage. I'm your host, Mr. Magic, and we've been blessed to be welcomed into the home of Mr. Stefan Hinds. And you're back here in Bermuda, because people don't realize this, you actually reside now in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen your home in how long? I mean, with all the traveling that you and your wife, Loretta, has been doing, really, have you seen your home?
Well, we always joke about the fact that, we pay a mortgage and we don't know why. But yeah, we're very rarely at home, and it's one of the reasons why, like I said, that we can't even afford to have plant because
they will die.
They will die.
Yeah.
So
no animals.
No pets are out of the question. But we do travel quite a bit, and it hasn't taken its toll yet. It hasn't lost its shine. It's not something that I'm trying to get away from. Taking a break every now and then is not an issue because we do that as much as we can.
Yes.
But the itch comes back, and you just want to get back out on the road, whether it be a resort for 3 months or on a ship for 2 and 3 months, whatever it is. You just want to go back and experience so many different cultures, so many friends that we have, so many people that we've met, and the camaraderie with all the different musicians and the different elements of support that we enjoy when we're working in, whether it be on location or on a ship. It's just fantastic.
I'm sure it is. Now, so let's go back a couple of years.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Berkeley Institute.
Yeah.
And when you guys actually first started, you and your brother formed the group, and what was the name of that?
The group at that time was called the NTs.
Right, the NTs. And, and you were in search of other musicians, and I believe you had one gentleman that was from Sands, I believe, that played along with you guys, if I'm correct on that.
From Sands?
Was it Sands Secondary School? Or
I know it was. You have to tell me his name.
Then I'm not sure. I thought I heard this.
Actually, no. We had most of the guys in the NTs, which stood for no title because we couldn't agree on a name.
Okay.
So we just went with the NTs, and most of us were from Berkeley. Damio was at St. George's Sac.
Okay.
And I think Kevin Richardson, I'm not exactly sure what high school.
That was the name, Kevin Richardson. I think he was Warwick Academy.
He was either Warwick Academy or Warwick Sac.
Yeah.
But in any event, Kevin Richardson was our drummer. Damio and Loretta, of course, were our lead and female vocals, male and female vocals. We had Barrett Dill was first trumpet. Lonnie Bascom was second trumpet. We had Gregory Daniels, who played tenor and alto, and Shine Haywood, of course, everyone knows Shine, who played alto and tenor as well. And we had Carlisle Bascom, who played congas, and
see, this
was one of our lead vocals.
See, when I hear you say all this,
Grant Williams on guitar.
Grant. Now, see, here's a transition. I'm glad you mentioned Grant because I want to make a comparison with Grant and your brother Rupert. For those of you that don't know, Grant Williams is a fantastic pianist.
Yeah.
But he played guitar.
He played guitar.
And a lot of people didn't know that. And just on the other flip side, your brother is an awesome bass player.
Right. But
nobody really knew that he started off playing piano.
Yeah.
And he learned to play a right-handed bass.
Yeah.
And his left-handed.
Yep.
See.
Well, the story goes basically, Rupert was picked to play bass.
Right.
Everybody had their own instrument, and we didn't have a bass player. And Rupert was sitting at the table. He said, "You're gonna have to play bass."
Simple as that.
And it was just like that. He had never picked up a bass before in his life.
Right.
And he said, "You're just gonna have to play bass, bro." And he went to the Eaton's catalog that he used to do back in the day
Eaton's
from Canada,
catalog, that's
and
right.
ordered a left-hand bass, and they sent a right-handed bass. And instead of sending it back, he said, "Well, I guess I just have to learn how to play this one." And so, and our star was born because Rupert's one of the finest bass players I've ever worked with.
No doubt, no doubt.
And I've worked with a lot of bass players.
Listen, I'm going to make this comparison. You all may not recognize his name. Stefan, I'm sure you will, but Kevin McCormick is one of my favorite bass players. Yeah. This is a man, folks, he made a music video with just him and his bass. No drums, nobody else, just him, and made this bass sound like it was a symphony.
Yeah.
to make a comparison with one of the greatest bass players on the planet to your brother, they're standing toe to toe right now, head to head. They are standing because he is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, and he sings as well.
Well, yes.
So you know, he got the voice in the family. Unfortunately, I didn't acquire any of the vocal abilities, but I certainly know how to arrange them.
Yeah, yeah. And, because when I think of you guys, and I've seen you guys from, especially when like Group Bermuda, like I said, you guys are playing the circuit here in Bermuda. I had made a comparison one time. I'm not sure if you guys were on the same bill, but Niels Lofgren, Kevin McCormick, and Andy Newmark were here in Bermuda playing.
Okay.
And for those you don't know, Niels Lofgren, he is the lead guitarist for Bruce Springsteen, very good friend of mine.
Right.
Of course, Andy Newmark, Bermuda drummer. He's been. If they have a show on the moon, he's probably played there with a group. And then you guys were like opening acts a lot of times there at 40 Thieves. You played there. And the sound was just absolutely awesome because it was a full band.
Yeah.
You know, nothing like nowadays where it's, you know, you can come and do a show with you and your CD or your digitally loaded music.
Right.
A full band, it's nothing like it.
Oh, no, absolutely not. But you know, technology has allowed us to do some really wonderful things. If you can look at it from that standpoint, some people see it as a crutch. It's not necessarily a crutch. Basically, you know, you still have to be able to play, to create the songs and the sounds, and you know, the programming and stuff. You still got to put it together.
Yeah.
But you know, it just gives you, and of course, all of the work is done beforehand. And then you've got to rehearse, and you know, with it until you get it to the point of where it's seamless with the live applications. But you know, we've always had a great time with the gadgets of the day.
Yes.
That's when we formed the Electronic Symphony. You know, that was basically one of the first bands in Bermuda to be based on, you know, a MIDI format.
Yes.
You know, this is digital music interface. And, you know, the bottom line is that it's a tool. And if you use it as a tool, you know, to help to, you know, display and enhance your music, then it works wonderfully. If it's used as a replacement, then it doesn't work.
Okay. Well, because I think of like technology nowadays, and again, folks, please understand, I'm not throwing stones, but there are certain artists, and the first person that always comes to mind in this particular thing is T-Pain.
Right.
He uses that voice enhancer, you know.
I know.
And the thing is, I've heard him sing without it. It doesn't work.
Well, I mean, you know, for them, that type of situation is necessary. And you know, there are those who are meant to be artists, and those are meant to be producers, and there are producers who turn themselves into artists, but they use the tools to help prop them up.
Yeah. Because
they're not as talented, and they can't go in the studio and sing a song live on key, you know. Yeah. So they use the electronics.
But like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from it, because what he's done, what he's created for himself, works for him.
I think production-wise, he's very good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just that there are certain elements of his ability to do certain things
are limited.
Yeah, they're limited. You know,
because like I said, for me, I want to go to a show, and I think, like I said, when I think of yourself, and I think of again Group Bermuda, when you had Leland Hicks, you know, playing guitar, I think of the bands, Commodores, Earth, Wind and Fire, you know, the bands, you know, full sounding, you know, and it just has an appeal to it. You know, especially for an older generation that grew up on that particular type of music.
Well, yeah, well, those guys were our idols. I mean, you know, Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, you know, all the musicians that played with these guys, with Quincy Jones and with Michael Jackson, and you know, a lot of people that we met when we were in Los Angeles, working on, you know, our album and things like that. These were our idols, and these were the people that we emulated. We wanted to be like. We wanted the same success that they had, and you know, that's how we were driven. You know, it drove us to be good. It was a work ethic that we had that seems to fall by the wayside today. You know, we got our grind on, as they say, and you know, we sat up for hours and hours to get one song right. Even if it was just for 8 bars, to make it perfect, you know? And that's what creating music is all about. It's trying to make it perfect. Now, perfection is objective. But as far as we're concerned, when it's perfect, when all the elements come together, and you've got that connection to the audience, and they're feeding off of your energy, and you're feeding off of theirs, and the song is accepted, and everybody's like grooving.
And on that note, Stefan, we'll be back after this, folks, with more final conversation with Stefan Hinds of Hindsight. And we'll find out where he's going from this point. What's in the works for Stefan, Loretta, Rupert, and whoever else he's got in the band this time around. So we'll be back right after this.